Talk about Thomas Szasz, who
Yeah.
you're a big fan, and you quote him quite a bit.
Yeah, he's an amazing. He was a psychiatrist. He died a few years ago, and he was from Hungary, but he came to America, and he's a libertarian psychiatrist, and he was the chief opponent of involuntary institutionalization for mental patients and the inhumane treatment of mental patients. So he wrote these wonderful books about how people should be not treated with coercion. They should be treated like people, and they should be respected. And it was very radical, and he is, still reviled in a lot of psychiatric circles because he went against the orthodoxy, and he spoke out against things like lobotomies and, insulin shock therapy and electroshock therapy, all these things that I consider pretty barbaric treatments of the mentally ill. And he said that's all wrong, and we should treat them like people. And he talks about, has a book where he draws an analogy between the psychiatric movement and the Inquisition about how basically if you have these aberrant behaviors, because he talks about mental illness as a set of behaviors, basically. If you have these behaviors that don't conform to what society expects of you, you're committing a heresy, and then they will use that to persecute you. And there's no way to talk yourself out of it. Once society has labeled you as mentally ill or as a heretic, anything you say is further proof that that's true, and there's no way to get out of it. And so I think that analogy is really interesting about how we've gotten rid of the witch hunts, but now our new witch hunts are hunting down people who don't behave as they are expected to behave, and then we label them with diseases, and we forcibly drug them, and we institutionalize them and do terrible things to them, deprive them of their individual rights.
It strikes me, I hadn't thought about this before, but I applied this sort of framework to all sorts of horrible public policy deviations that we have. But it strikes me that the mental health industry could be characterized as having this very aggressive, wrong-headed approach to mental health treatment, so a bad idea combined with the financial incentives to sort of pursue aggressive treatments, including institutionalization and lots of pharmaceutical drugs.
Yeah.
Is that a fair way to characterize it?
Yeah, I think so completely. And it's particularly troubling when you see the way children are treated, because they don't really have a choice. They're being drugged for things that are being classified as diseases, and who knows if they really are or not. But we're telling their parents, your child's not willing to sit in the classroom all day and stare at a blackboard, therefore we have to give him this cocktail of drugs. And it really scares me that we're doing that to kids, because I think, if an adult wants to do that, they have a chance of opting out, but kids don't have the opportunity to opt out of that sort of thing. And I think it's really frightening.
Yeah, I was a bad student. We've
Yeah.
talked about this many times, and you were unschooled.
Correct.
I can't imagine today. I think I surely would have been drugged because I didn't want to do the things I was told to do.
I feel sure that I would have been drugged if I had been in public school.
Yeah. And I can't imagine like that destroys specifically the people we're talking about, the people that are a little bit weird, too energetic, too smart, too this, too that, too creative.
Right.
And this industry seems to be destroying that in people.